I never wanted to be rich. I was lazy. I did not care. I did not like money. I didn't want any part of it. And there was literally no way in hell that I had a path to make 100K, let alone $1 million. I started copywriting because I identified it as the lazy person's business. If you're the same as I was, lazy, no motivation, didn't want to go to college, and you deep down had no belief that you could make money in your 20s or 30s, copywriting might just be for you. In this video, I'm going to explain why I chose copywriting, how it worked for me, and how it changed my mindset from being a brokey loser at 20 to being a millionaire at 24. Let's talk about where my mindset was years ago before I started this journey. It might just be my ego talking, but maybe you see me now and I look like a young, successful person. I wasn't always like that. If you lined up 1,000 people and you had to pick 999 that you thought were going to be successful, I would be the one left out. My mindset was so beyond fucked up that I had no chance of making money. I had no work ethic. I did not want to do anything, and I did not have a path. Absolutely no aspiration of doing anything else other than smoking weed and playing guitar. So I actually did okay in high school, and I was a decent writer, but college was a big wake-up call for me, and it just took the wind out of my sails. I was in a political science program with absolutely no path to wealth unless I wanted to be a lawyer. I remember when I realized that I couldn't do that because I met this kid who was probably 10 times smarter than me. He was this little Asian kid named Nick. And he said that he took a practice LSAT and he got like a 150. And if he couldn't pass a practice LSAT, then there was no way that I was going to do that. So lawyer, out of the question. I knew I could write, but how could I monetize that? Journalism? No. Writing white papers for corporations? No. Writing a New York Times bestseller? Good luck with that. So I couldn't do law. I couldn't do physics or engineering because my brain just didn't work that way. And I couldn't do math. So I guess that meant I couldn't do business. I realized later that that's not true. Because I didn't think I had these skills that I could make money with, I literally just gave up. Like I had no path, so I just stopped trying. Between the ages of 18 and 21, when you're supposed to be sort of finding yourself and like putting yourself on a path, interning or doing something, I had nothing. I was waiting tables. I was doing random jobs. I was making like a couple $100 here and there. I literally didn't have enough money to live. I had nothing going. I was doing all kinds of jobs that I hated, and I was still broke. All that started to change when I discovered copywriting. I never sought out copywriting. It found me. It's the greatest love story of all time. Of all places, I found copywriting on Twitter. Some dude posted a thread about how you can make money doing this thing, and instantly I was like, there's no way that you can make money writing without being a journalist or a New York Times bestseller. Here's something you need to remember. Pretty much every successful person finds their thing by accident. Okay, it's very rare that someone will know exactly what they want to do and seek it out and then do that thing. Usually it falls in their lap. I'm hoping this video is kind of doing the same thing for you. I was unsure about copywriting when I first started because it wasn't sexy like dropshipping, right? Where it's like complete freedom. You can live in Thailand or whatever, make money from your laptop, make money while you sleep. Copywriting is not really like that, so I wasn't super excited about it. I honestly didn't think it was gonna be something I would like until I tried it. And I looked into copywriting and researched it for way too long. I spent way too much time listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, reading stuff online. I was procrastinating is what I was doing. A lot of times research is just clever procrastinating. So don't do that. The turning point for me was the sickness. I don't know if you remember, but there was something going on in the world a couple years ago where you couldn't leave your house. I can't remember what it was called. But this worked for me because I had all the time in the world and I had no excuse to not try copywriting. There was no more procrastinating. It was this because I had all kinds of time and I really needed money. When I first started the process of making a website, sending outreach, it felt really uncomfortable because this was not my personality type. I felt like I was annoying people by reaching out to them because I felt like a sleazy salesperson. And the only reference I had for a salesperson was people trying to sell cars that were worthless. That was a belief I had to break in my mind before being able to land that first client. And after sending 65 cold emails, I landed my first client called Everyman Jack. My second client, I landed 5 days later by DMing an agency owner whose name is Chase Diamond. After landing these two clients, getting a couple of random gigs through my network and through Upwork, I was about 5 to 6K a month. But Mason, how the is that rich? My grandma makes 5 to 6K a month from her pension. Just hold up. Let me get there. I was making 5 to 6K a month, only working like 2 or 3 hours a day. It was bliss. My life was truly incredible. I had time to spend with my friends, with my girl at the time, with my family. We were going out. I was buying drinks for everybody. It was awesome. My life was really good. So remember, this is summer of 2020. So around the end of 2020, I started to get an itch. Not that kind of itch, but an itch in my wallet. I wanted to experience what it would feel like to have money because right now I was sort of in the zone of 5 to 6K a month, which anyone can kind of get to, but most people can't get to 10K a month. And I had a real shot at trying to get there. I knew all I had to do was send a few cold DMs and a few cold emails and I could get to 10K a month. That was my goal. So as soon as Christmas and New Year's ended, I got to work. I started sending cold DMs and emails And literally in January, I got 2 clients and got me up to 10K a month. And that was it. I hit my goal of 10K a month. And guess what? I didn't feel a thing. I still felt poor. I didn't even feel like I'd made more money. I started spending a little bit more and my lifestyle kind of inflated. I also realized something. What if I lost a client? What if I go back down to 8K a month? What if I lose $2,000 a month? I can't go under 10K because that's where my brain is set now. So I had to get a safety client to get me to 12K a month so that if I lost one, I'd still be at 10K a month. But guess what? When I got to 12K a month, I really liked that too. So I had to get another safety client and so on and so on and so on. Every client I got after that was what I considered a safety client. So I wouldn't make less money just in case I got fired until I was working with like 4 agencies, 4 e-com brands, 5 personal brands, and still taking one-off projects whenever I had time. I didn't say no to anyone. Every single business that approached me, I'd take them on as a client. Didn't matter what they were paying me really. Anytime I saw an opportunity that was posted, I would shoot for it. And if I got it, I would keep them on. I was not going to make less money. I was going as hard as I possibly could. I was in a literal trance from January of 2021 when I was making 10K a month to November when I was making over 40K a month. I don't even really remember what I did in that period of time because I was working so much and I was so obsessed with money that I just had to make more. So I kept signing clients until I was working legit 11 or 12 hours a day, losing sleep, and I was literally on performance enhancing drugs so I could keep my workload up. But in that time, I experienced something that most people will never experience, which is the feeling of making $48,000 a month. If you drag that out over a year, that's $576,000 in a year, which most people will never ever make. I was making more than all my friends. I was making more than my professors. I was making more than my parents. I was making more than my parents' friends. There was nobody who could touch me at that time. And I was only 22. So when I say I got rich by accident, it was truly an accident. And the craziest part about this is, remember, 18 months ago, I was that kid with limiting beliefs, didn't think I could do anything. I had no path. I had nothing going on for myself. That was 18 months ago. I was mentally and emotionally allergic to money. I had no drive and no ambition before starting this journey. Now, all of a sudden, I'm 22 years old, making over $500,000 a year. If you average it out, something happened to me. So what changed? I realized that all the barriers to entry that I had were all in my head. And you have these same ones. Let me tell you some of them and let me know if they sound familiar. I need to go to business school before starting a business. No, you don't. I am a dropout and I will go band for band with your economics professor right now. I need to spend years learning and trying and failing before doing anything with a business. No, you don't. You need to spend about a month max learning something before you're competent enough to talk about it and do it proficiently. I need to be an expert and I'm a fraud and a scammer if I do something before I'm ready. No, nobody is ever an expert. I've been doing this for years and I'm still learning stuff every single day. It is a never-ending journey and you're never going to be fully ready. You need to realize that you can actually do anything that you want. And the only thing standing in your way is you. Especially if it's something like copywriting that has literally no barrier to entry, don't need experience, don't need money, you don't need anything. If you have a laptop and access to the internet, which I'm assuming you must have if you found a way to watch this video, then congratulations. As long as you can write, you can be a copywriter. So if you feel like this story resonated with you, good, because I coach people like you. If you want to make money, I will coach you to become a copywriter that makes 10K plus a month. Just like Kevin in this video that I shot before, you can see how he did it. I know you'll crush it, even if you think you won't. And if you join me as a student in my coaching program, I will literally just give you clients. Me and my team do lead gen for the students in the inner circle, and you could get a piece of that if you're inside. And if you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, like and subscribe and comment and let me know how great it was so I can do it again next week. So if you're ready to do this and work with me, because I understand you, click the link in my bio, watch that video, and then apply, and I will see you inside.